Yeah, I'll come sit with you.
Settle on down.
T.Ching.
My name is Tracie.
Tracie,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yes.
Let's do that. Are we recording? Can you see? It's recording? Okay. All right, so we're at AwesomeCon 2019. I am with somebody I met yesterday, and I think the artwork caught our eye first, and then came a lot of good discussion that I said, okay, I feel like we were robbed because we should have recorded that because I think a lot of people will be interested about it. But I'm with Tracie, and we're at, what booth is this? Oh,
P19.
P19, that's right.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Is it P12 now? I don't know.
Oh, who cares?
Who knows?
Anyway, how's the weekend been for you so far?
It's been good. AwesomeCon is always a really great event. I'm local to the area,
Right.
and so I always make sure to come to AwesomeCon. It's a great event.
That's right. Home is where the heart is, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
And I like the fact that they do a good job in making sure a lot of their home talent does get prominent space here. You're very showcased right on the big aisle.
Oh,
none of that congestion. Nobody bumping your tables, so that's pretty cool.
No, I'm lucky that way.
And how many years has this been for you here?
As long as AwesomeCon has been a thing, so I want to say 6.
Okay, so you are a vet.
Yes, I've been here from when AwesomeCon was just in the one small ballroom.
Yeah.
I was in that ballroom. It was, I think, maybe my second con I'd ever done. And then it just exploded into this whole other thing.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful thing to be a part of.
Now let's take a look at some of the artwork behind us now. Now I am a big dork for movie posters. And
you're in the right place.
Yes, obviously. And obviously a lot of very popular franchises are being touched on here. Doctor Who, the cult for them is out of this gym right now.
Oh, I know.
Obviously Thor Ragnarok and from the Avengers Crave. Blade Runner, a lot of other good things. Also,
Ghibli's in there.
Yeah. Take us through the process of how do you go about your selection and the art creativity. What gets the gears going?
Yeah. So when I first got started, it was mostly just fan art, but at this point in my career, everything is commissioned, licensed, that sort of thing. So either a studio will contact me directly, like they did for Thor, or I will be approached for a screening, like for Buffy or for Ponyo, where they want to do a special event poster, or it'll be a gallery show that's paying homage to a specific era or title or genre, and then I'll be able to pick something like that. So it kind of comes from all different places, but in general, a love of film and pop culture is really what helps to fuel that too.
Okay, we're going to take one step back. You said a studio may contact you for Thor. I mean, that's not just no studio there. We're talking about Disney, Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
When you got that first call from them at some point.
So it was actually kind of stepped, because I mean that's definitely jumping out of context, right? Because previous to that, I started working first in licensed television stuff, so doing things for TNG and for Walking Dead and AMC, and so after I'd worked with television studios, I'd kind of proven my salt, and then I worked with a gallery who did licensed shows for a few of the Avengers, so Age of Ultron and stuff like that. And then, following that, I've been in contact with Marvel for, I did something for Endgame recently, I did 2 things for Captain Marvel, and obviously for Thor, a few years back. And so it's, like I said, I started in fan art, and then it eventually became something more where, studios were actually involved, which is always the dream, right?
I was about to say, that's definitely goes there.
Yes.
And very prominent milestones. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Did you see Endgame yet?
No, so I was prepping Thursday night for this event. I didn't have 3 hours to spend to see it, and so it's either really naive. It's definitely a risk to show up to a Comic-Con the weekend of Endgame and be no spoilers.
Have you been okay so far?
I think so. There was some exhibit over here that was yelling about something about Endgame, and I don't think it was a spoiler, but I was just we're just gonna keep walking and just keep walking. I mean, to be honest though, even if I do come across a spoiler, it's not gonna matter ever after having a chance to see it.
So of all the artwork you've done, which one has meant the most to you, or has been at least significant in your progress in your career?
So I think the one recently that has meant the most was Captain Marvel, doing it in advance of the film, and then having the opportunity to do a second one also, just because it's the first female-led superhero for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And personally for me, that's something I've been really looking for, because as much as I loved Wonder Woman, there's something about Captain Marvel's uniform and her strength and her ability represented in this film that she wasn't a victim. It was power, it was strength, it was redemption. And so it was a beautiful thing for me to be able to share with my daughter, to be a female artist and create artwork that's licensed for. And so that was so meaningful for me, getting messages from parents who said, my daughter who loves Marvel, who gets made fun of because she loves superheroes and superheroes are for boys, loved the post when I showed her your work and that you were a female artist creating it. And so there was a community, a need, and an interest that I got to bond with as well.
Right
so
on.
it was a really, really nice moment.
I'm gonna double down for you real quick on that.
Yeah.
AJ Ultron in game
Yes.
takes everything you said and says times 10 on a
And
point.
that's what people
Powerful.
have like mentioned. So I'm super excited.
Wow.
As I get like out of here, hopefully I'll be able to go.
I always say one of the most inspirational woman moment in superhero cinematic work is obviously when Wonder Woman walked across no man's land where all the guys said they couldn't do it and she went down. I thought that was super powerful. Endgame has this one moment that the feels.
Yes. I can't
ready for that.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so where can everybody find you on social media? But before then, where will be your next con?
So I'll be here at Comic-Con doing at the very least signings if I won't actually have a table in the block.
Okay.
And that will probably be the next one.
Okay.
And yeah, apparently I'm like the only Tracie Ching out there. So if you Google Tracie Ching, I'll come up. You can find me at Tracie Ching on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, what have you.
Right on,
Still
right
find
on, right on. Thank you so much for taking time to
It's so
talk
good
to
to
you.
talk to you
I
and to see you
appreciate it.
again.
That's right, that's right. Have a good rest of your con.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
We probably should have put like.
Oh, it's okay. The voices were. Look, when
It did not occur to me until much later. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, this real quick.